Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King. And today I'm going to be giving you what if Naruto had multiple people sealed inside of him, part 6. Remember to get this one to 100 like as usual. Share this to all of your friends on your social media platform and also stay in tune because after this I'm going to be posting a new episode of what if Naruto took his training seriously on this channel. And over on Anime King 2, I'm going to be posting what if Naruto was neglected by his family, and also what if Naruto was taken by Orochimaru. So stay in tune for those guys and enjoy. And remember, if you're new and this is the first time hearing my voice and you enjoy the videos on both channels, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become a part of Anime King and Anime King 2 guys. I'll be leaving a link in the description for Anime King 2 for you guys to check it out. And remember, if you're new to comment down below and tell me. I'll be replying and talking back to all of you. So without further ado, let's get straight into this new episode. So, to do a bit of a recap, the last time we left off, Naruto started the ceremony as he removed Anko's curse mark, thereby removing a snake from Anko's neck that was a piece of Orochimaru and had knowledge about Orochimaru as he sealed it in a cube, as the snake wasn't able to come out and you can burn it and anything inside, and the snake will simply regenerate so they could torture it for information. Naruto then looked up as he saw the clouds was blocking the moon. Naruto then did a spell as all of the clouds vanished, as he put the bloodline inside of Anko, allowing her to control shadows. The next day, Anko was at the hospital as she had to be protected from the root agents that Danzo sent after her, as Naruto didn't know if he wanted to capture or eliminate her because of her bloodline, as the Hokage talked to everyone, but he didn't put Naruto in it too much. That day, Naruto and Anko met up at the dango shop, as Anko thanked Naruto with a kiss as she showed him how much she appreciates what he's done for her. Back at the Hokage's office, Hayashi was talking to the Hokage as Sarutobi told them about Naruto's new bloodline to get them off of his case, as Naruto is going to have his own new clan. Hayashi wanted to witness this as Naruto told him that he wanted someone from the Hyuga clan to try and shut off his chakra points in 1 week when he revealed his bloodline, as Hayashi took it to himself as he is going to put Naruto clan, his new clan reputation on the line, as he's going to be the one to be trying to shut down Naruto chakra point in this test, as he and Naruto made a bet. So yeah guys, that was basically last where we left off. You guys can switch across the place and check it out for yourself. So let's start this new episode. It had been a week since the challenge and the demonstration of Naruto's new bloodline was to be taking place in the Anbu training ground, as that was supposed to happen later on, as Naruto was currently leaving the Forest of Death, as he sensed 2 people following him, and due to his vampire senses, he could tell that they didn't have a bloodline. So who were they? As the 2 people were keeping an eye on him, they weren't attacking or anything. He knew exactly what they wanted. They wanted to see what he was capable of, as one thought came to his head: it must be Danzo, its root agents. Danzo must have sent root agents to spy on Naruto to see this famous bloodline or see what Naruto is capable of. But Naruto won't show them anything. Not gonna happen today, Naruto said, as he smiled to himself. As Naruto entered the village, he was tired from his training inside his mindscape. As he was about to enter a restaurant, he heard someone calling him, as he sensed the chakra signature. As he turned, "Hello Hinata, how are you?" he said, as Hinata approached him. "I'm fine, Naruto. We just got back from our first C-rank mission," Hinata said, as the rest of the team approached. "Hello Shino. Hello Ashaizo. Hello Kurenai. How was your mission?" "Well, what was your mission?" Naruto asked. "Oh, we just had to guard a merchant back home near to the border of the tea country," Ashaizo said. "Here to talk about it over lunch?" Naruto asked, tilting his head towards the restaurant. "Sure, we wanted a little celebration anyway," Kurenai said, as she led the Genins inside. After the waiter took their orders, they began to talk about their mission. "We left about a week ago with the merchant. and we use the south main road, Oshaizo said. About a halfway there, I saw a bandit camp using my Byakugan, and they would have caught us if we made it any further, said Hinata. So we were forced to do a detour for half the day before we could use the main road again. After that, the trip went well without any complications, said Kurenai, as the group and Naruto sat there as they told him all about the mission that they just take part of. While they were talking, Naruto was looking at Hirako Oshaizu as he noticed that she has changed. Back in the academy, she wasn't known well and she didn't really talk to people, but now that she was on a team, she has changed and she was taking part in almost everything. She has long, purple blackish hair that reached straight down in her back, and her eyes were different as well. When normal, they were purple, but when in battle, Naruto noticed this in the academy, they become a metallic gray. From what Naruto thought, she did this without knowing, as she focused chakra in her eyes to focus her gaze. And a big plus to her personality was that she wasn't a fangirl of Sasuke, which Naruto liked really much. She wore black Anvu pants and a dark purple shirt with an unusual armor over it. The armor had black scales similar to a dragon's skin, as she made a custom order to get this armor. Naruto then started to tell them that he's going to do a demonstration of his bloodline and a certain head Hyuga is going to assist him, Naruto said with an evil smile. Hayashi? Kurenai asked surprised. Why couldn't he ask someone else from his clan? I guess he thinks he will be able to make me fail, Naruto said as he chuckled. Can he? Hinata asked worried, as she knew that her father was strong, and he always achieved what he wanted, no matter the cost. Not a chance. The more he tried, the more he would make a fool out of himself, Naruto said with a chuckle. This I gotta see, said Kurenai, as she hated the man ever since Hinata's mother died. Kurenai was assigned as Hinata Sensei, since the girl was no longer deemed worthy in Hayashi's eyes, as Kurenai hated the way Hayashi treated his own daughter. It will be at Training Ground 14 today, 6 o'clock, said Naruto. May we attend as well? Shino asked. Sorry Shino, the Hokage told me that only Jonin, said Naruto. Maybe I'll give you some demonstration some other time. That would be appreciated, said Shino. Oh, and I also made a little deal with Hayashi. And that is? Asked Kurenai. If he succeeds, I will give up my new clan status. However, if I win, Naruto said, as an evil smirk came on his face. What's going to happen? Asked Hinata. Oh, he said he's going to give me anything in his power, Naruto said, as he glanced at Hinata. Really? Anything in his power? Said Oshaizu. I guess he didn't really think about it. He was probably thinking that he cannot lose, said Naruto. Well, I honestly cannot wait to see the outcome, said Kurenai. Yeah, me too. Anyway, I'll see you guys later, said Naruto, as he said his goodbyes and headed off. A couple of hours later, Naruto was heading towards the training ground, as 8 Root Anvus were behind him, all had their swords out, as Kurenai and Anko were on the roof, as they were about to warn Naruto. Wait, said a voice behind them, as they turned to see another Naruto. Look, you're gonna miss the best part, he said, pointing down to the other Naruto. As the Anvus rushed forward, as Naruto smirked. Explode, he said, as he exploded, blowing up all of the Anvus. Whoa, that's brutal, said Anko. Yeah, they were tracking me the entire week. I was just waiting for the perfect opportunity, said Naruto. Danzo isn't going to be happy about this, Kurenai said, as she looked at the carnage. That's his fault, said Naruto, as the 3 of them walked off to their destination, as they were greeted by Sarutobi, Kakashi, Ibiki, and the other clan heads. Well, except for Hayashi, who just glared at them instead of greeting them. Ah, you're here, Naruto. Let's get started. I can't wait to see what your bloodline do, said Sarutobi. Hold on, you mean not even you have seen them before, Hokage? Kakashi asked, surprised. No, Naruto has been very secretive with his abilities, like a future clan head should do after all, Sarutobi said. Well, let's begin, said Naruto, as he took off his gloves, his cloak, and his shirt, as he handed them to Anko, who was blushing a bit looking at Naruto as she then turned her head. Naruto, what are you doing? Kakashi asks. Those clothes have a lot of seals on them. I don't want them to get in the way. And you guys think I'm using any seals, so I suggest that you use your Sharingan to check me. And you too, Hayashi, use your Byakugan. As they did so, they saw the seals on him. Naruto had 3 gravity seals as he removed them, and they also saw the seal on his stomach, which they didn't really say anything about, knowing what it was already. Well, now what? Kakashi asks. We begin the demonstration. Hayashi, feel free to use any gentle fist attack you desire on me. Just don't poke my eyes out, said Naruto. Are you out of your mind, Uzumaki? Ibiki asks. I am sure he has his reasons. Go ahead, Hayashi. Very well, said Hayashi, with a grin, as he stepped forward. He then started to strike Naruto all over his body. When he was finished, delivering the 64 palm, he struck Naruto in the chest with a blow of chakra. He then turned around as he walked back to the group with a smug look on his face. I don't remember telling you to stop, Hayashi, said Naruto, as Hayashi was shocked to hear Naruto's voice. As he turned around to see Naruto standing there, like nothing happened. He looked at Naruto with his Byakugan as he saw that all of Naruto's chakra points were still open. How? Hayashi wondered. I'll do it this time, he said as he dashed forward. As this time he do 128 strike, as he then did a powerful chakra strike towards Naruto again. As a dust cloud was picked up, as he waited for the dust to clear. But when the dust cleared, his eyes went wide, as Naruto stood there unharmed and yawning. A tick mark came on Hayashi's forehead as he charged at Naruto with pure rage as he delivered 361 strike to Naruto. As he blasted Naruto again with all of his might. Surely that got him, Hayashi said, huffing, as he waited for the dust to clear. As Hayashi jaw opened wide, as he couldn't believe it. How? How are your chakra points still open? How is this even possible? What are you using? Said Hayashi. One more demonstration, said Naruto. Create a shadow clone and do the rotation, Naruto said. As Hayashi glared at Naruto, but he did what he was instructed. As the real Hayashi stepped back as a clone did the rotation, Naruto walked up to the spinning dome as he placed his hand on it. And everyone watched as the chakra started to disappear, allowing Naruto to push his hand right inside. I see, said Hayashi. You have the ability to destroy chakra. Yes, it's a very rare and powerful ability. It's called Magic Tekai, said Naruto. There haven't been a user for several thousand years, maybe more. And how exactly do you know that? Shikaku asked with a raised eyebrow. Well, there are a few histories about 100 of years ago about this technique, but for the 1,000 of years, I know from the Kyuubi, Naruto said. Sorry, Asuna, I can't tell them about you guys yet, Naruto said, as he apologized mentally. No problem, I am sure you can make it up to me, said Asuna. You can communicate with the demon? Ibiki asked, a little tense. How? I think I can explain that, Inoichi said as he stepped forward. You see, Naruto has a lot of control with his mind, in the point where he can enter his mindscape like a building. He can even redecorate it as well. And I have to say, the amount of control he has over it is beyond anything I've ever seen. In his mindscape, the Kyuubi was in some sort of prison, and Naruto can talk to it without approaching too much. Yes, said Naruto, I have the cage hidden under a mountain, he said. But if he is communicating with the demon, he must be losing control, Hayashi said, as everyone gave him a blank look. A Jinchuriki that can communicate with the demon is the most stablest one of them all. Without communication, the Biju may drive the host mad and try to take control. So Naruto is perfectly stable, said Shikaku. I see, said Hayashi. Anyway, I believe you are proving your bloodline and thus deserve Inoichi begin. No, that's only one of my bloodlines, Naruto said, as everyone went silent. A human being cannot have more than one bloodline, said Hayashi. There has been countless experiments trying to mix the Byakugan with Sharingan, and all of them fail. Alright, enough talk, said Naruto. Allow me to demonstrate my second bloodline. Kakashi, watch carefully because you will be doing a part of the explaining, so focus with your Sharingan. Naruto then raised his right hand above his head as he closed his eyes in concentration. As he closed his hand, as there was a small flash of yellow light, and then a spear appeared in his hand out of nowhere. Where did that come from? Did he take it out of a containment seal? Choja asked. No, he only has one seal left, and it holds the Kyuubi, Shibe said. So that didn't came out of a seal. Care to explain for us, Kakashi? Naruto asked. You made it from Chakra. That flash of light, was that Chakra taking the form of a spear? As Kakashi was shocked, it happened so fast I almost missed it with my Sharingan. But that spear is solid, with almost no trace of Chakra in it. How is this possible, said Hayashi, as he had his Byakugan activated. Yes, I converted Chakra into matter, Naruto explained. I first picture it in my mindscape, and then bring it outside. This bloodline is called creation. Like the magic Tekai, it has been a very long time since anyone uses. Over 1,000 of years, said Naruto. So the objects you made, they're permanent? Sarutobi asked. Well, normally yes, but I may leave a trace of Chakra in it, so it may be vulnerable to my magic Tekai, so I can cancel it at any time. As Naruto activated his magic cancel and destroyed the spear. So those are two of my bloodlines, Chakra cancelling and creation. Those are very useful ability, not to mention powerful. You can create a giant blockade when retreating from a fight or something, and you can also go back and easily disappear it. Not to mention, you will never run out of weapons, said Shikaku. Or food, said Naruto, as he opened his hand and an apple appeared. As he started to eat the apple. You can make organic materials? Inoichi asked, as he was shocked. How about animals? It might be possible, but I have yet to reach that level of mastery. I wouldn't want to summon a corpse, Naruto said. Yes, said Negi in Naruto's mind. A soul would be required to bring a living being. And I don't intend to steal any souls, said Naruto. So, is there anything else you might want to show us, Naruto? Sarutobi asked. Yes, there is. First, I will show you what that stone block over there is for, Naruto said as he walked towards the stone block. Hyuga, here to check if any chakra is in this stone, Naruto asked. As Hayashi checked, no, there is no chakra residue in that stone. Good, now it would be best if you and Kakashi stop using your dojutsu or you might go blind, Naruto said as the veins around Hayashi's eyes disappeared and Kakashi covered his Sharingan with his headband. At that point, Naruto raised his hands as he started channel mana in his left hand and ki in his right hand. When they were equal, he clasped his hands, combining the two energies. Immediately, he was covered in a huge golden aura. That power, with energy like that, I could have really gone blind, said Kakashi. Yes, very nice light show. What does it do anyway? Hayashi asked. Hokage, do you remember the details of Lady Tsunade's super strength? Naruto asked. Yes, she used her perfect chakra control to channel chakra at the point of impact. But why? Well, she focused it on her fist. But with this power, it boosts my speed and strength as long as the aura is around me. And with that, Naruto vanished. As all of their eyes went wide when they saw Naruto, as he was high up in the air, as Naruto came down. The boulder was 50 feet tall. As Naruto slammed his fist into it, everyone had to shield their eyes. But when it was over, the boulder was now dust, as everyone was shocked to the point of not reacting or saying anything. It's called Kankoho. The details of this technique and how it will be active will remain a clan secret. I see, a clan secret, said Inoichi, trying to get out of the shock. I suppose this technique is also old, he asked. Yes, but then it was called the ultimate art since it increased the user personal capability, strength, speed, resilience, you name it, it makes everything better. But like most high-level techniques, it takes a lot of power in order to explain. Truly impressive. Is there anything else? Sarutobi asked. Yes, my third bloodline, Naruto said. The ultimate art was a physical power, so now he will show a third bloodline. You have a third bloodline? Hayashi yelled. Very well then, Naruto. How about you explain your third bloodline, said Sarutobi. Well, I can only tell you what this bloodline does, unless a willing volunteer appears, Naruto said. Will I do? Shikaku asked. Yes, but you wouldn't be willing after I tell you what it does, Naruto snickered. Well, don't keep us in suspense, said Choza. Alright, it's quite simple. I drink your blood and I gain your bloodline, said Naruto. A long silence was followed after that statement, as all of the bloodline users stare at Naruto. Are you serious? Kakashi asks. Yes, I am sure you heard legends about vampires, right? This is something similar, but not the need to feed on human blood, but you gain results. And no, I am not a vampire, I just have some similar abilities, Naruto explained. Can you turn into a bat? I mean shapeshift, not transformation, Tatsumi asks, curiously. Yes, I can shapeshift into a lot of things, but not because of the vampire bloodline. It is something I created a long while back. As Naruto put his hand in Ram's seal, as he transformed into a teenage girl, he then walked up to Anko and said, have a feel, as everyone there watched as Anko touched one of her breasts. As Anko's eyes widened in shock as she started to check the rest of the body. I think that's enough, said Naruto when Anko was getting more than touchy. So, can you only switch gender and age? Kurenai asks. Nope, I can turn into anyone, even animals. And the best part, once I turn into something, I stay that way until I want to turn back normal or into something else, Naruto said, as he then turned back normal. Sarutobi then spoke. That vampire bloodline is very useful. I believe it will be very useful outside of the village and seeing enemies with rare bloodline, and if we're close to losing one of the bloodline in the village, it can be easily recovered, Sarutobi said. Like the Sharingan, said Shibi. Yes, but I'm only allowing Naruto to gain enemy ninja bloodlines, or if someone gives him it willingly, or for the benefit of Konoha, said Sarutobi, as all of them agreed, even Hayashi. I would want you to take the Sharingan right now, but the way Sasuke and the civilian council are, Sarutobi trailed off as he sighed. What if the blood came from another Uchiha, not Sasuke, Naruto asked. Well, all of us would accept it, I believe, Sarutobi said. But the only person for you to get blood from is Itachi Uchiha, and beating him is no small thing. That is if you could ever find him, said Sarutobi. What if he gave me his blood willingly, Naruto asked. I would pay to see that happen, Ayashi said as he laughed. A Uchiha giving his blood willingly? Well, I am afraid you can't see it happen, because it already did a long time ago, said Naruto, as he pulled a small scroll from his pocket. As he released it, and a small vial was inside with blood. As everyone, eyes were wide as Sarutobi looked at Naruto. Sarutobi's eyes then went wide, so that is why his palm that day, as everyone turned to him. The last day when Itachi was guarding Naruto before the massacre, I assigned him as Naruto bodyguard. I saw a cut on his left palm. He just said that he sparred with you a little. Yeah, said Naruto, but I didn't give him that cut. I managed to hit him in our spar, and he congratulated me on my first hit. And I was upset that I would never be able to draw blood from him. I will never be able to beat him. So he cut his hand and gave me this blood sample, saying that is motivation. And the next day, that is when the Uchiha massacre happened, said Naruto, as his face turned grim. I see. For motivation to remember him, he already decided that night that he was going to do the Uchiha massacre, Sarutobi thought. Still, said Naruto, I am surprised you remember something like that from so long ago. Maybe you're not completely senile after all. Yeah, maybe, said Sarutobi. Hey, he said, as a tick mark was on his forehead, as the others was trying to keep from snickering. Anyway, what do you say about the sample? Naruto asked. Go ahead, screw the civilians, said Sarutobi. I am allowing it anyway, so all your complaints will have to go through me. Very well then, said Naruto, as he opened the top of the vial and raised it to his mouth. Are you sure that thing is safe? It looks like poison, Uncle said. Naruto then drank the liquid as he dropped the bottle. He then dropped to the ground as he was holding his eyes in pain. What's wrong? Sarutobi asked, as both him and Uncle rushed over to Naruto. I'm fine, said Naruto. Any kind of physical transformation comes with a small dose of pain. It's like changing my genetic level. As Naruto then got up. I see no difference, Hayashi said. Because it's not active, said Naruto. Let's see now, as he closed his eyes. When he snapped them back open, he had the Sharingan in its mature form. But around his eyes were not white, they were black. Whoa, you all look like you're moving in slow motion, said Naruto. Can you achieve the Mangekyo Sharingan? Hayashi asked. Well, let's see, said Naruto as he closed his eyes. As Naruto waited for a second, he then snapped them back open. As his tomos that were usually black were now red, and the red part of his eyes were black. As Naruto looked at the vial on the ground, let's see. Amaterasu, he said, as the vial then burned with black flames until there was nothing left. Whoa, that was awesome, said Uncle. And the best part is, I won't get any damage to my eyes because of the vampire healing and the Kyuubi. As he deactivated the Sharingan, Naruto, said Sarutobi, as he took 2 scrolls from his robe. Sign here for your new clan. As he then gave him another scroll to sign for his new estate, as it was a former home of the 4th Hokage, Minato Namikaze. I will call it the Fuhen clan, Naruto said with a grin. As Naruto finished naming his new clan, Hayashi decided to speak. Fuhen, the meaning of that is eternal. Really? He said. Well, nobody asked you, Naruto said, earning a few snickers from the other clan heads. I see you become even more arrogant. You should remember your place, Hayashi said. And that will be 2 rows in front of you, in the council chamber, right? Naruto said. Hokage, this is surely a joke, right? Hayashi said. We cannot allow a child in the council. Of course I'm serious. It is one of the laws enlisted by the first Hokage himself. All clans, old or new, that have a bloodline or special abilities must have someone in the council, and Naruto has both, said Sarutobi. But we can't have. That's enough, said Sarutobi. It is already done, Sarutobi said. Oh, by the way, Hayashi said, with humor in his voice. Did you forget? What? Said Hayashi, as Sarutobi speak. I believe Naruto is referring to the bet you made with him, referring to his clan status. Remember, you had me act as witness after all, said Sarutobi. Oh, I see. Yes, I remember, Hayashi said. Yes, and since I won the bet, I get my prize. Do you remember your offer? Yes, Hayashi grunted. Anything in my power to give you. As Hayashi now realized what a stupid mistake he made. Very well. Name your price, he said. And just remember, said Hayashi, I can only give you something that is within my power. I know, said Naruto. I know very well what you can and cannot do. Well, what do you want? There is a certain law that you made several years ago within your clan. It was opposed even by some of your elders, if I may recall. You made it in a way so only the clan head could change or remove it. Do you remember what law I'm talking about? Asked Naruto. As Naruto spoke, Hayashi thought back to the night his wife died. She was one of the few that didn't hate Naruto and even allow Hinata near him. That night, after his talk with the elders, seeing that the Kyuubi was responsible for her death, he blamed Naruto. Do you mean the law made for preserving the Byakugan? Hayashi asked. Yes, said Naruto, for you to force marriage in anyone in your clan to preserve the Byakugan. I want you to change that. If the person wants to be with someone, you will allow it. And if the person refuses to marry someone, it is their decision, Naruto explained. You think you can impose what laws you want upon my clan? Hayashi asked, raising his voice. No, I am imposing it on you, Naruto said. It's within your power. Very well, said Hayashi in a grunt. Very well, said Sarutobi. We will make the announcement tomorrow in the council meeting all about Naruto's new clan and compound. Compound? What compound? Asked Hayashi. The new Fuhen compound, of course, said Sarutobi. You're having the village build a new compound? For a clan with just one member? Hayashi asked. No, Naruto has just signed the deed to a extinct clan of Konoha. What? Hayashi asked. As Hayashi could only think about one place that wasn't damaged or wasn't being used. You're handing him the Fort Tokage compound? That place is nearly twice as large as the Hyuga compound. It is too much for only one person, Hayashi shouted. Not for long, said Sarutobi. What do you mean by that? Hayashi asked. Seeing that it's Naruto alone, he will have to be under CRA Act, so he won't be alone in that compound for too long. The same can be said for the Uchiha, said Sarutobi. But what of the Fort Tokage's secret techniques and things left in the compound? Everything in those walls now belonged to Naruto. Besides, Minato made it sure that only someone worthy enough could enter the compound. But he's an orphan and a genin. How can he keep it in good condition? Hayashi said. That is none of your business, said Sarutobi. Fine, said Hayashi. Are we done for today? I believe we are, unless any of you have something to add, said Sarutobi. If I may, Hokage, said Kakashi as he stepped forward. It's about Naruto's Sharingan. But guys, I'm be ending this episode right here. If you want to see the next part of this, you already know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, turn on that bell notification to stay posted. Remember to share to all of your friends in your social media platform. But I'm out for now. Stay in tune. Peace.